When I decided to write the letter, I was engaged in another project, and I had to put on hold the design of a next generation of civilization. This includes not only making a large set of ideas work together, but also to find an explanatory model of the evolution of human civilization. That's somehow new. This is very relevant to the discussion of the rise of collectivism for the last 300 years. Consider this: most people who fought collectivism were academics and intellectuals, and they felt constantly, and still are. One of the reasons is that they define their opposition in the boundaries of what the collectivists impose. Take the French Revolution, that arrived just after the American Revolution. The American Revolution ended in 1783, and the French Revolution started in 1789. There were two oppositions, Danton and Robespierre. And Robespierre followed strictly Rousseau. And this led to terror in 1919-2-3, and this was very horrible. It's what we call a homicide. The French don't recognize that, but the killing of French was incredibly high. Rousseau has two theses: the noble savage, we are good people, and the society make us bad. We have to be liberated from the society, and it's wrong. It doesn't work. But we have since then defined our ideas compared to those ideas. We didn't say we will continue to evolve with other ideas. We have evolved in the boundaries of those ideas that has been imposed to us. This is what Sowell explained by talking about the constraint society and the unconstrained society. The constrained society is to accept our human nature and the duality of it, bad and evil. The unconstrained vision, the Rousseau vision, the Marx vision, the Heidegger vision, the Foucault vision, and the wokeism vision, whatever it is, the Mao, is unconstrained. So consider this. Most people who fought collectivism were academic and intellectual, and they felt and still are. One of the reasons is that they define their opposition in the boundaries of what the collectivists impose. The second reason is that they have no model. It follows that they have no way to build a new civilization model and propose a new project. They are condemned to oppose every collectivist proposition without having one. They are not civilization builders. Every collectivist can go anywhere on the planet and know what to do. 1. Find a trace of civilization, of society. 2. Infiltrate the hierarchy. 3. When on the top, destroy, eliminate your enemies. And 4. Destroy the system when you can do it. You think that's a stupid plan to destroy the system in which you live. They don't care. They don't care if people die in mass. They don't care if they are part of it. They believe, they consider this is a purification mechanism, and that something better will rise from the ashes. They don't know what it is. They don't care to precise what it will be. What they are convinced is that the purification by itself ensures that there will be a future, a better future. It's madness. It's so madness, but that's precisely what they believe. We are the recipient of a model that started 24 centuries ago with the Greeks and then the Christians. That model didn't fail. It might be a surprise for you, but that model didn't fail. It succeeded. The merchant model of the Athenian has been broadcast all over the world. They all use it, from the Chinese, the Indian, everyone. But there is something. During its lifetime, new problems have emerged, requiring new tools, new paradigms. In particular, our civilization is not adapted to manage more than 2 or 4 billion of people. And believe me, the elite know that. The actual elite think about that every day. So it's not possible to manage that much of people with the actual institution and the actual hierarchy structure, would still give too much power to an elite that will constantly have the temptation to return to the alpha herd model and will succeed by the means of corruption. You can't fight collectivists that seek tribalism because it thrives on destruction. So we need a new model to build the next generation of civilization that will build new moral, social, political infrastructure with a long-term goal. Once that new infrastructure will be built, we will be able to show people a solution and then move them one by one to that new model. The fight to fight collectivism is to render it obsolete. You can win a direct fight. It thrives of destruction. What happened is we had to produce an evolution of our society that we will have called a new civilization. And it was between the 70s, 18th centuries. We mess up with that, mostly because we had not the knowledge. But that's not the case today. And collectivism is not a civilization project. It is something that fills the void. And what they, having no concept of what to do, they have go back to what they knew, the model before the Athenian, and for some, even before the first cities. But it's not a project. And the more they will try to believe that it is a project, the more they will go for the purification solution, the destruction. They act like they are living a prophecy. Just to explain one more thing, with Karl Marx we have a prophetic situation. They believe they live in a prophecy and that they are on the right side of some history. But what they live is historicism. They believe that there are laws in nature and that Marx has read those laws and has tell us what to do for the future. There has been no adaptation from Gramsci, from Foucault, from the French, American, the German, Heidegger. But they can envision that the society itself is not the cause. There is an external cause, and one of those is the growth of population. We have to find a model that will be able to manage 20 billion of people, or perhaps 40 million of people. My guess is that we have to move from institution to complex dynamic system or self-ordered system. It doesn't mean that everything will disappear, the institution will disappear, but there will not be the go-to answer for any administrative aspect, organization aspect of the society and its people, citizens. They do not understand, the collectivists do not understand something that does not come from them.